You are listening to Lone Star Community Radio on 104.5 KCZW LP Conroe and 106.1 KZCC LP Conroe and worldwide on irlonestar.com.
Good afternoon. This is Dr. Carlos Sanchez. This is the Hispanic Chamber Connection radio show coming to you live from Conroe, Texas. We're right here overlooking Main Street. And we have a wonderful show prepared for you today with a great guest, but also entrepreneur, small business owner, mother, and all those things that make it fun and challenging to have your own business. And she is Jana Witt. Jana Witt is with TapSnap. She will explain. Jana, thank you for being on the show.
Thank you for having me, Dr. Carlos.
We had a little bit of a short notice, and you were just so kind and so accommodating, so we appreciate it.
Thank you.
And I know that earlier, one of our meetings, you brought your children, your babies, and because it's spring break, who knew?
That's right. I know. I didn't even think about that. What a great mom, huh?
Well, there was enough room because on spring break, oddly enough, a lot of our members travel. Of course,
True.
They have families and they do what they do, right?
That's
So
right.
our meeting was not as packed as they usually are. But even if it was packed, it doesn't matter. Your kids are always welcome.
Thank you.
So thanks again for being on the program, Jana. Jana Witt, we'll explain a little bit later, but the biggest thing that I think Jana does for us and for anyone that's out there listening is she can enliven any kind of gathering you have
That's right.
by implementing visual technologies. What do you call it?
Yeah, we call it photo entertainment.
Photo entertainment. And maybe it's not what you're thinking. It's basically one big photo booth.
Yes. The closest thing you would have to compare it to is a photo booth. We've taken out the booth, though. It's on a 42-inch screen, so it's open air kiosk. And it's more high-tech than your old version photo booth.
Very good. So you might be asking, okay, well, what's a lady like this doing in a Hispanic Chamber of Commerce? Well, our Chamber of Commerce is made up of about 400 members, and about 50% of them are not Hispanic. And about 90%, no, let's go with 80%, of the people who actually participate, showing up and being a part of the chamber are not Hispanic. So it's a real cultural thing that, and if you're listening and if you have questions about this, you can email me, text me, or whatever you want. It's all right. Even if I wanted to stay true to a name, Hispanic Chamber, that doesn't really work. No matter what Chamber of Commerce it is, you can't be ethnic because this country is not ethnic.
That's right.
It's way too diverse. So when people tell me, well, Carlos, you have a lady there that's not Hispanic, I say, I know, but I am, so that's 50-50, and there you go. And that's our Chamber of Commerce. So the program today basically is made up of a few segments. And the first one, we'll talk to our listeners a little bit about what's going on in the chamber, and then we'll talk a lot more to Jana about her business and about the way she does what she does. So this week is not that busy because it's spring break, and I've got a lot of requests for pulling it back a little bit this week, just because
Sure.
most folks are sending us pictures of themselves in Disney or
Yes.
eating at restaurants, so they take pictures of their food and of their children, and I think that some of them are not real happy, but look, it's spring break. You guys have to enjoy your families. Come on. So today we had a big meeting at Spring Creek Barbecue here in the Woodlands. And it's right there on 242. Is it 242?
Just south of 242. It's right off of Research.
Anyway, right there by the Home Depot on 45. And we had about 30 people there today. And basically that's one of our premier meetings that we have once a week in hopes that we give you maximum exposure as an organization. So for us, it's really meaningful that our members be known. So that's why we take so many pictures, and that's why we do so many things. To me, it's kind of amazing. If you look at other organizations, at least I do sometimes, because I see them on Facebook and on other social media platforms, the leadership take a lot of pictures of themselves.
True.
But they don't take pictures of the people there. And I always wonder, why are they doing that? Who is this about? Is it about the leaders? Or I know who the leaders are, but I don't, you know what I mean?
Agreed,
It's a real funny thing. Anyway, so today was that in the Woodlands. And tomorrow we're in Katy. Have you gone to the Katy one already, Jana?
I have not yet, but I definitely want to do that in the next couple months.
At some point,
Yes.
yeah. Because the Katy one is different. It has about 30 people. It's a little bit smaller than the Woodlands. But the Katy Hispanic Chamber of Commerce is made up of about 70% ethnic.
Yeah, that's what you're saying.
So it's kind of different than the one here. The one here, it's a bunch of folks from the Woodlands and surrounding areas. But in Katy, we get a lot of folks that are brand new from Venezuela, from Mexico, different parts like that. So the culture, and even the way the meeting runs is a little bit different.
Yeah,
Because
that's a good thing.
Yeah, oh yeah, there's just variation. I mean,
Yeah.
you know. So anyway, that's Katie. That's Abuelos. It's on 99. It's a really good Mexican restaurant. People really like the food, and so do we. So we're there tomorrow for lunch. Then on Thursday, Vintage Park, right down 249 and Jones.
Yeah, another Spring Creek barbecue there.
Yes, ma'am. Have you been to that one?
No, I have not.
Oh, Jana, we're
I
just gonna
know.
say, come on, what are you doing? No, I'm kidding.
Yes.
Well, you're busy, and you'll explain more to us about all the stuff you're doing.
Right.
You know, but we get it. I mean, and by no means do I expect our members to go to all of our events.
But it's
You-
great to have
you
the
know,
opportunity.
There's a lot of things, and right
Yes.
now, for example, you saw or you didn't see some members that are usually there
Right.
because they had to take a break too.
Yes.
And I get it because I get tired of them.
It's good
Well,
they're taking a break.
We all, at some point, you do have to take a vacation.
Right.
It does you good. So
Yes.
I totally understand how, like today, at least 10 people who usually show up
Yes.
were not there.
Yeah, I saw
know,
that.
And that's fine. Then there's others who show up sometimes who also weren't there, and that's okay. Spring break, beautiful weather.
Yeah, it's
Finally,
gorgeous
it's
out.
starting to be. This is what we live for.
Yes.
You know, so people don't want to be cooped up in some Spring Creek barbecue, eating barbecue again.
Not
you know.
every time. That's right.
So anyway, but on Thursday was Spring Creek Barbecue in Vintage Park, and that meeting is also about 30 people, like I said.
Oh, okay,
So it's
good.
pretty
It's
attractive,
growing.
and it's a fun meeting. Usually, the outcasts that come here, go
Yes.
there.
Yes.
So some of the guys, the people that just want to travel and have fun, go down to Vintage Park.
That's a good thing.
So it's kind of fun. On Friday, we have something special. On Friday, if you're listening, this is the one you need to take note of. Friday morning from 8:30 to 10:30, we have a 60-second commercial training at Benchmark Bank.
Yes.
That is a big deal because I don't know if you noticed,
That is
Jana.
a big deal.
There were some people in our meeting today who had great commercials.
Yes.
They sounded really fluid. They sounded really good. Those were the first people that
Polished.
because they've thought about it.
Yes.
You know, and a problem we get into, and I used to do this all the time. I would make up my commercial on my way there. Driving in my car, I'd be like,
How'd that work for you?
Well, it's awful.
Yeah.
Or I would make it up as the room is being, addressed, as people are starting to talk. So it wasn't attractive for me to go to things because I knew I would be embarrassed. So I would embarrass myself. It was
Yeah.
always my fault.
Yes.
But I would blame the chamber. I mean, I was really messed up, from that point of view. I was giving the chamber money to blame them for my non-success.
Right.
So anyway, so it's common. Like, and I tell the guys this, to the members this all the time. It's probably one of the most important things you can do to polish that up, but it is common to mess it up.
Yes.
And
Easy to mess it up.
and I've seen it, and we don't mind it. We get it. So I encourage our members to bring in their commercials and mess them up with us,
Yeah.
because at least we'll be as supportive as we will be, so you can go out to a different networking thing and just kill it.
Right. Constructive criticism.
Well, because I know that most of our members also, they go to BNI and they go of all these other things,
Yes.
and if they're not polished, they're always going to be
Messed
not
up.
polished.
Yeah.
And so that was my case. I wouldn't attract people to me when I would be doing these commercials. I would be repelling people. I mean, literally, I'd see their eyes rolling, and because their eyes would roll, I'd get
can't
louder. Oh, this.
Yes.
You
No,
know?
I get you.
So anyway, that's this Friday. So we'll listen to your commercial. We'll take it apart. We'll put it all back together again, and then it's a script.
It's a great opportunity.
Right?
For sure.
And basically, you practice it until you can say it in your sleep, and then when you're up in front of a group, you're really confident. Right, anyway, so that's
Great.
going to happen on Friday. For lunch on Friday, we're going to be at a place called Pinpoint Marketing,
Mm-hmm.
and we'll be doing more training there. That's a lunch and learn.
Yeah, another great opportunity.
Have you gone to that one?
No, I was going to go last Friday, but instead I went to the lunch with leaders.
Yes.
Because they were conflict of interest or conflict of
Conflict
times.
of meeting.
Yes, yes. But they're both great opportunities. So yes, it is on my agenda to make it to Pinpoint at
I
some
was
point.
very close to lunch with leaders, but I got there when everybody had already left. So
Yeah, we were wondering which one you were going to show up at.
no, I was going to be at that one, except I had a car. It never happens, but when it does, it's always a
Oh
bad
no!
thing.
See, we figured you went to Pinpoint
No.
Marketing instead.
No.
Oh,
I even
no.
I even sent I sent Celeste
Yeah.
a picture of my car being towed.
Oh, she didn't tell us.
I'm like, well, she's quiet,
Yeah, she is. She's
and
sweet.
I know. Isn't that funny how we think people who are quiet are sweet? Anyway,
Yeah, I know.
she basically
She
didn't,
is.
she didn't say anything, and that's okay. But I think that there were some people who said, "Where's this guy?" Anyway, it's all right.
It's okay.
I'll go to the next one. So
You
that-
can't be at everything all the time.
No, and
We
that's
understand
actually
that.
And that's actually why I like that Elizabeth and the people that run that meeting run it.
They run it very well.
They do a
That's
good
right.
job.
They do.
You know?
They do.
And if we could do that more often, then we can have more meetings.
Yes.
But that's just, it's so hard to find people that will do things like that.
No, they're very good at it.
You know? So yeah.
Got it down.
So we have Pinpoint Marketing this Friday. On Monday, this is the one I wanted to get to too.
Yes.
On Monday, we are at a place called Persona Wood-Fired Pizzeria. And that is in Humble.
Yes, you're
And that's a Monday meeting, Monday lunch meeting, which at this point needs attention.
Yes.
So if anybody has nothing to do on Mondays, guys, if you're listening, please show up to that Monday meeting because we need your help. We need people to show so that we can get some momentum going because otherwise we're probably going to have to pull the plug on it because we've been doing it now for 3 months and it's been a challenge.
Still really small, hard
Yeah.
to grow. And that's at 11:30.
11:30 on Monday. Well, it's actually at 12 noon.
Oh, that one's at 12 noon.
Yes.
Okay.
So we're here with Jana Witt. Jana Witt is with TapSnap. TapSnap is a photo booth, but it's much, much, much more than a photo booth. She'll explain when we come back. And I'd also like to know why they call it TapSnap. That's the name of the company. So this is Dr. Carlos Sanchez with the Hispanic Chamber Connection radio show. Please stay with us. We'll be right back.
Looking for a bilingual insurance company in the Montgomery County area? Since 2006, the Amel Agency is a family-owned insurance agency, and it all started with Leonard Amel. Now working with 3 full-time agents offering home, auto, life, and umbrella insurance, the Amel Agency works with you to provide the insurance you need. Whether it be for your business or personal needs, they put that need first. The Amel Agency of the Woodlands is open Monday to Friday from 8 to 5. Call today at 832-299-6640 or email them anytime at info@amelagency.com to answer any of your questions. For more information on location and inquiries, look up Amel Agency online at amelagency.com. The Amel Agency, Montgomery County's bilingual insurance agency.
Lone Star Community Radio is looking for those who are interested in hosting their own talk show. With monthly and weekly slots available on Conroe's FM 104.5, 106.1, and on irlonestar.com. Start your own podcast, create your first YouTube channel, and be on TV. Contact Lone Star Community Radio online at irlonestar.com or call the message line at 936-647-3776 to take your first step into the radio world.
Hey guys, this is Connor.
This is Dick.
This is Chris.
And we're with the Ticket Stub Podcast every Thursday live at noon on 104.5 and 106.1 FM in the Conroe area. Also, anytime at irlonestar.com. You go to irlonestar.com/TTS. You can find all of our social media.
And don't forget, we give away 2 tickets to the Grand Theater on every show.
If you like movies and you like complaining or celebrating anything that has to do with the silver screen, check out the Ticket Stub Podcast and join us every Thursday at noon o'clock on Lone Star Community Radio.
We're back. This is Dr. Carlos Sanchez with the Hispanic Chamber Connection radio show. If you can see, Jana Witt is dancing, and I'm not sure if it's because she's happy and the music is carrying her away,
It's lively.
or if it's that double macchiato thing over there that
Probably
you've been
both.
drinking, which is filled with caramel and candy and sugar.
Sugar.
That'll wake you up. Anyway, thank you for being on the program, Jana.
Thanks for having me.
And I love that you're dancing in any way and for any reason you're doing it. It's good. It's always a good thing. Okay, so I wanted to ask you, because I really don't understand, a lot of companies call themselves what they do,
Right.
you know?
Yes.
So it's a Sergio's Landscaping
Yes.
or Benchmark Bank.
Right.
You call yourself TapSnap.
Yes. So TapSnap is a franchise, and so I did not choose the name. It was started about 5 years ago by a company in Canada, and that was the name they chose. The tap comes from tapping on the screen to take the picture, and then the camera snaps your
Okay.
picture.
Now
So
it makes
tap,
sense.
snap. So it does make sense when you know what it does. But yeah, it's not a very descriptive name, is it?
Well, no, not at all. Well, not for those of us that don't know. Now that
Agreed.
I know,
Yes.
Because like last week, remember Simon? I forgot his last name. It doesn't matter. Eisenhouse. is
Oh,
the name of his
yes,
company.
yes.
That we asked him, why do you call it Eisenhouse? Because
Yes.
I thought at first, house with a Z. I thought this looks a little bit German. It could be. And he goes, no, it just means eyes on house.
Yeah, a little bit different. So it does help to have a name that describes more of what you do. And this does make sense once you know what we do. But
Sure.
yeah, I would agree with you. On the outside, it is a little hard to tell what we do.
And okay, so before you get too deep into the whole idea of what it does and everything else,
Sure.
I'm going to prep myself up here because what we do usually is when you start describing, you just say, okay, go ahead and tell us what does Tap. Just start from the beginning. Just what is TapSnap? But call it TapSnap. I run TapSnap. Okay, so go ahead and just tell us a little bit. What is TapSnap and all that?
Okay, so TapSnap is high-tech photo entertainment. It is in the photo booth category. We've taken it out of the booth. It's an open-air kiosk is what I would call it. The screen is 42 inches, and it's touchscreen technology, so it's very interactive. A lot of booths, you just go in, you press the button once, and it takes a bunch of pictures, and then you're done. Whereas with TapSnap, you're able to change your backgrounds, add on. We've got over 400 digital props. You might call them stickers to embellish your photos. You can do general things like change it to black and white, sepia, stuff like that.
Who do you work with? What kind of people hire you?
You're going to look at two different categories. There's the social category for weddings, galas, bar mitzvahs, quinceañeras, graduations, stuff like that. And then also businesses, which is probably about 80 to 95% of my business.
If somebody wants to get a hold of you, Jana, what number do they call?
Yeah, so they would call me at 832-257-7612. And they can email me at Jana W, that's JANAW, @tapsnap.net.
Very good. So that would be your commercial that's going to go to different places.
Wonderful.
We have other things, and like we said, if I could describe all the different media that this program itself is going to be on, I would, but I never write it down, and I should.
That's okay.
Well, you have two FM,
Yes,
but there's also, like we said, there's public access television here in Montgomery County.
right.
So it'll be on television,
Very cool.
and it goes to YouTube once everything's being recorded.
Yes.
It's on YouTube. That's where it stays forever. But also it's on podcasts.
Yes.
And so basically, all kinds of different forms of media will be involved in getting your word out there.
Yeah, that's
so
a great
the one I
tool for
use
sure.
here goes to our private stuff for the chamber.
Okay.
Our Facebook. And
Yes.
I'll make sure that this thing gets out all over the place.
I'm
as
looking
soon
forward to that.
As soon as we're done. But tell us more then. Okay. So you were talking about two different categories. And you
Right.
said the corporate category is higher. It's more than, like more people from the corporate
Yes.
world hire you?
Yes, and the reason is because they get it. They see that it's a great way to get their branding out there. They see that we can put their logo on the photos, and the photos are printed out, and that's collateral that people don't throw away.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when you go to these community events, you go by all these booths, they hand you little tchotchkes. Some are useful, some are not. But,
Absolutely.
you know, for most of us, they end up in the trash, let's
Call
be
them
honest.
knickknacks.
Yes. But a photo does not. In fact, I'll have people come through, oh, I was here last year, and the photo you took is still on the refrigerator. Now we can put this one up.
Wow.
And so that company's brand name is hanging on those people's refrigerator for a year or more. And then people can also, right at the kiosk, put their photos on social media, email it, and text it. So it's getting a lot more exposure to friends and family and their contacts.
So it's not just going and getting your picture taken and leaving it there.
Right.
There's a lot more to it.
Right.
Because we did an event recently, and basically somebody had an app and said, okay, if you want your picture, there's the photo booth. You know,
Right.
tap it, as
No.
it were, and run over and pose and hope it comes out good.
Yeah, so you do not need an app when you utilize us after your picture is taken and you've got it just how you want it. Then you just touch a button on the kiosk and you can share it to social media, you can print it, email it, text it.
Okay.
So it's right there at the kiosk. You don't need to download anything on your phone or have a special app. And then the other thing that we do for businesses is that we can capture all the email addresses and phone numbers used.
Okay.
So it is a lead list for them. You know, some companies really appreciate that extra, and
Sure,
they'll use
sure.
that. And then sometimes it's just a matter of having their logo on a background that's what they call a media wall. And it can be multiple sponsors. It can also be in the foreground. So again, just getting that branding out there, and that's what the businesses really appreciate and get.
So, for example, we have somebody, a clinic, a hospital, so to speak, and they're doing a ribbon cutting.
Yes.
How would you guys enhance the ribbon cutting?
Yeah, so it would be enhanced in several ways. One, it would entertain the guests that are there. They're
Okay.
having fun. It would also help because they could have their logo on the photos being taken as people take their picture. Then they're going to, put it on Facebook, email it. So it's getting that clinic's logo out there to the public, reaching people that they wouldn't normally reach, that are only at the ribbon cutting, but all their contacts. And it can be a lead list for them too. If there's people coming in off the street, seeing, oh, these people are having fun, we'll go check out what it is.
Sure.
And we're capturing their email address and phone numbers for the clinic if they want to use that.
Okay. So it's like a great indirect way to gather data and help.
Yes, especially if you think about trade shows. People are going through the booths. Well, how is your booth different? What's going to bring them in? And then even if they stop, how many are going to sign up their email address, their phone number for you? Not a lot of people want to do that. So this is kind of an unobtrusive way.
Sure.
And of course, they can opt out at any time. So it's not like you're spamming them, but you do get an opportunity to get in front of them.
That's good. I mean, it's ingenious too, because, like you said, it's real easy to give my data or my information to someone who's doing that kind of service for me.
Right.
Taking my picture, yeah, sure, there you go, because it's fun.
Yes. Yeah.
Because I saw you in action the other day, and outside of seeing how hard you have to work, you as the proprietor of this business, I saw a lot of people really enjoying themselves. I mean, it's not just a picture; it's actually an experience. There's a lot more to it.
Right. Yeah, they're having fun. They're getting into it. It really, sometimes we can have very long lines. I mean, we don't want people to have to wait too long, but it really does draw people in. It is something that people enjoy and get into.
Even at our Christmas party last year, I honestly didn't expect that many people to be interested. I thought, okay, well, Jana's over there and whatever, and she's set up, but I saw lines, and I saw a lot of people saying, okay, well, let's wait because there's too many people, getting their picture taken.
Right.
So you took a lot of pictures.
I did take quite a few pictures, yeah. So I appreciate the chamber checking it out, so I could share with them what it is I do, because it is kind of hard to describe.
Sure.
Hopefully people kind of get an idea from listening what I do, but I will say the best way is for people to see it in action. But yeah, I mean, people sometimes when they first see it, they're a little apprehensive. Oh no, I don't want my photo taken. They get a little shy, but then they see, oh, it's just fun. This is not something, necessarily professional photography. This is fun. This is entertainment. And if they can get past that, just their apprehension and see that it's just something to do to have fun, they'll get into it.
Let's give them another glass of wine. I mean,
Yes.
Ultimately, it's with the same thing happens with the chamber. We don't get a lot. I get very, very few people telling me, don't take my picture.
Right.
But I do get people from time to time will say, I need to see it before you post it.
Yes,
And
I
I'm like,
believe that.
Okay. So I've learned to take better pictures. I've learned to count people down, because before I wouldn't count you down. I'd just say, okay, ready, done.
Yeah.
And he's like, why? You didn't even say 1, 2, 3. So you start learning all the tricks to make sure people are comfortable.
Yes. And I will say that we always get compliments and, oh, it turned out so much better than I thought. They'll see themselves on the screen before the picture is taken, and they'll be like, ooh, I don't look so good. And then we snap the picture, and then, oh, this turned out really nice.
Yeah. But the idea, though, is that you have to manage that. And that's also,
Yes.
not easy to do. I mean, that's part of the work. That's the job.
Right. And some people need 2 or 3 retakes, and that's okay. We're happy to do that for them.
We've done that too. And sometimes, they close their eyes or they're eating or something's going on.
Yes, we definitely have those as well.
Yeah, and at the wrong times. Anyway, so we're talking to Jana Witt. Jana is with TapSnap. She's a franchise owner. You can contact her and enliven any gathering you have, from a bar to a bat, mitzvah. That.
Yes.
To any Christmas gathering, to any social gathering, quinceañera, whatever gatherings you have where there's people that want to be entertained, this is a great way of entertaining them.
Correct.
So when we come back, we're going to talk more about what it takes to be successful in small business and what you're doing as a mom and as a parent to sort of balance yourself out.
Sounds
So
good.
we'll be right back. Please stay with us. This is Dr. Carlos Sanchez, Hispanic Chamber Connection Show.
Looking for a bilingual insurance company in the Montgomery County area? Since 2006, the Amell Agency is a family-owned insurance agency, and it all started with Leonard Amell. Now working with 3 full-time agents offering home, auto, life, and umbrella insurance, the Amell Agency works with you to provide the insurance you need. Whether it be for your business or personal needs, they put that need first. The Amell Agency of the Woodlands is open Monday to Friday from 8 to 5. Call today at 832-299-6640 or email them anytime at info@amellagency.com to answer any of your questions. For more information on location and inquiries, look up Amel Agency online at amelagency.com. The Amel Agency, Montgomery County's bilingual insurance agency.
Our talk shows and music shows are looking for sponsors. Want to expand your brand awareness? Reach the hyperlocal audience in Montgomery County? Lone Star Community Radio sponsorships accomplish this. Want to see our stats and rates? Check out irlonestar.com/sponsor for more information. Or call in and leave us a message at 936-647-3776 with your questions. Get seen on TV, YouTube, and heard on our podcast, FM, and internet radio. Support your local radio station with Lone Star Community Radio.
For those of you who like your partners, your gumbo, and your music salty, well, we're here to help with the music. Julian Shea here, host of Lone Star Country Nights Thursday, your weekly dose of roots and Americana and all the music that makes this part of the country special. We stir in Western swing, honky-tonk, Zydeco, Texas blues, outlaw country, and put a pinch of red dirt, and then we smoke it over a slow fire. Then listen to the results Thursday nights on Conroe's 104.5 and 106.1 and worldwide at irlonestar.com.
Back. This is Dr. Carlos Sanchez with the Hispanic Chamber Connection radio show. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening. And I'm here with Jana Witt. Jana Witt is with Snapchat. No,
TapSnap. Close.
TapSnap.
I get that all the time.
I make these things up. So flapjack or ham sack or whatever. TapSnap. And TapSnap is because you're tapping the screen, you're snapping the picture.
Correct.
And the whole idea here is take pictures, have fun, entertain your guests and your customers, gather information, direct marketing, all kinds of really good implications here. And one thing that I do remember very clearly about the Christmas party, Jana, was when everybody left, I was the last one to leave. Mm-hmm. I remember you were there too, because you were breaking down.
I'm always the last to leave.
Okay, so everybody's tired, and so they left. And I remember that you and your staff, which was another lady who couldn't be more than 4'5".
I know, she's tiny, isn't she?
You're both carrying all your stuff, and that equipment is heavy.
Yes, the screen is 80 pounds.
So and the screen is like a real, it's like a big screen television.
Yeah, it's a computer monitor, a giant computer monitor, and it has the computer attached to it.
That's amazing. So anyway, all that equipment is being hauled around by yourself and another person.
Correct.
And that's physical labor.
Yes,
that's real work.
It's taken a toll.
So outside of the tension and the stress of being on time, carrying all that stuff, and then you having to take pictures of all these people, you have to break it all down, put it in your truck, and haul it back home.
That's right.
How do you do this without running out of energy and without running out of patience? Because you're so sweet. Every time people, oh, that wasn't good. All these goofy objections to their own pictures. How do you balance yourself? What do you do to stay grounded in all this stress?
Right. Well, I am a mother of two beautiful children, if I do say so myself, 9 and 12, and then I've been married to my husband for over 20 years. So family is very important. Faith is huge as well. But yeah, the main reason I do this is for my family, to provide a little bit extra for them, to be able to pay for some private school and some vacations. And also, I think it makes me a better mother and a better spouse to have something that is my own interest and that I enjoy doing. And it is a fun job. Yes, it can be taxing in some ways, but overall, we're going to a place where people are having fun. They are having fun. We're having fun with them. And so I do enjoy it.
Okay. So, but, all right, let's just say, when is your next gig? When is your next thing?
I have something a week from Thursday.
Okay.
So was that the 22nd?
Okay.
Yes.
Let's just say it is. Yes. So when you have a thing like a week from Thursday.
Yes.
Your whole routine changes as a mom and as a parent.
Correct.
So what do you do with the babies?
Yeah, so if my husband is off and not working that day, then he watches them. Otherwise, I have a group of young gals that I call on as babysitters, and they come and watch the kids for me. Because, we don't have family in this area. So I've had to build a family, I guess you would say, build a support network. And so I have a number of gals that I reach out to, and whoever can do it for me, that's great. This time, my husband is actually home, so he'll be watching them.
Well, that's what we think.
Yeah, as far as we know.
Because your husband being an airline pilot with
Right.
Southwest, if he gets the job, or if he gets called, then
He's called out.
He's
But I
gone.
will say he's actually off on Thursday. Off, not on call. So he will be watching the
There
kids
you go.
this time.
So you have provisions. That's done.
Yes.
All right. So then, but still, you're mentioning how 80 pounds this thing. It's a big screen. And
Yes.
It's a lot of work.
Yes, and in the beginning days, the first year, I did the majority of it by myself. Thankfully, the rest of the equipment is not very heavy, and it's all on wheels, and it's pretty easy. And so I'd get everything else and then ask somebody nearby, just grab a person, say, can you help me lift this screen for like 30 seconds?
Wow.
Yeah.
So anyway, the only reason I bring that up is because, all of us have challenges, and everybody has their own, we pick our own poison, so to speak,
Yes.
with regard to having our own business.
Right.
So it's not just fun and games by any means. There's some physical work here.
Sure.
And then to make a living doing this.
Yes.
Or to make money in the end doing this.
Yes.
That's also got to be a challenge. I mean, because you have to hire staff to help you out.
Yes. So, like I said, in the beginning, I did the majority of it myself, just because we didn't have a lot of gigs, at the beginning. But as we started getting busy, when we went into our first holiday season, I knew that we would need help.
Wow.
And so I started reaching out to neighbors and people that I knew. And in the beginning, I had about 3 young people that kind of helped me. And, they would eventually go their own way,
They
which
probably
is fine.
quit.
Yes, they didn't last
I'm
long.
not going to carry that.
Yeah, but now I've got 2 regular gals who have been with me for about 3 years.
Wow.
And they, they're steady. They're very good. They know what they're doing. They're very helpful. And then I do have other secondary support staff, I guess you could say, that if these 2 gals can't cover it, that I can call on.
So if you had to call in sick, you could. I mean, or you can. I mean,
Yes, I
it
could.
is
It would be, yes, it is possible.
But you would unsick yourself just to be there.
Yeah, probably. At least to get set up, it would be a little nerve-wracking.
Well,
Yeah.
But that's that is a small business owner. It's what we do.
Right, right.
The biggest challenge for all of us as owners and as the ones delivering results is to be able to. It's not about trust. It's more about the feeling of abandonment. It's
Yeah.
like you're gonna feel weird if you're at home sipping wine and
Right.
watching TV or whatever when somebody's doing the job that you used to do.
Yeah. And also, I'll say my clients a lot of times will just ask, are you going to be there?
Right.
Are you the one that's going to be there? And so I know that they, because they've been dealing with me on the phone and
Sure.
via email, I'm the one setting everything up. I do all the behind the scenes work as well. And so they kind of like that reassurance. And not that, I couldn't tell them no, but, my staff will be there and they'll accept that. But I do know that they like knowing that the owner is there and involved.
Oh, absolutely. So, and
Yeah.
what kind of organization are you working with next week?
So Thursday is a wedding that I'm doing. And then the following Saturday. The following Saturday, I'm going to be at the Pavilion doing their big annual fundraiser.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yes.
Annual fundraiser.
Yes.
Pavilion. For who
At
is
the
that?
pavilion. It's for the Pavilion,
Okay.
the Cynthia Woods Mitchell Pavilion. Yes.
Okay.
Is that, yeah.
that would be dead air, ladies and gentlemen. That happens when we're both pausing and trying to understand what each other's saying because
Sorry.
we're starting to lose interest here and looking at our phones. I'm kidding. If you can see us, we haven't lost any interest. It's very important that we understand as a small business owner, all of us have to balance out work and family and all these other things and the physical wellness of our kids and ourselves and everything. So it's a concern all the way around, Jana. You were telling me something during our time before the show about how important family is to you and how you're the one that's going to raise your kids, and that's just how it's going to be.
Right. So I have a pretty heavy-duty background, in a degree and all that, but I felt called to not pursue that after I got my degree, to not go into that field that I had been studying for so many years, and be a stay-at-home mom. That I didn't want somebody else seeing my kids' first steps and
Sure.
hearing their first words, that was something that I needed to do. And so my husband and I were actually married 9 years before we had children because we were trying to get ourselves into a good financial position where I could stay at home and do that. And so for me, this has always been secondary to my family,
Sure.
to my children. And that's why I love this business, because it is mostly on my terms, my schedule, evenings and weekends. And so it fits pretty well with everybody's schedule.
Sure. And so your decision-making process is pretty straightforward. If it conflicts with family matters or family things, you just don't do it.
Most of the time, yeah. I will say sometimes, to keep your business going, sometimes you have to make concessions.
Sure.
But yes, I can work around it. And because I do have helpers, yeah, sometimes I can take on things and say I need to be elsewhere, and that's okay
Thank
too.
God bless the helpers.
Yes, for sure.
So, okay. So we're here with Jana Witt. Jana Witt is with TapSnap. TapSnap is a photo booth, extraordinarily, not complex, just cool and fun,
High tech,
and advanced
yes.
form of taking pictures in a very fun setting. So people put on props and they wear funny hats and they do all kinds of, just because that's, I was amazed the first time I ever saw a booth like that or something similar where very serious people, I was in a meeting and then we went off from that meeting into a cocktail hour or something like that. And the very serious people in the group took off their shoes.
Yep.
These are mostly women, some guys. And they went into the photo booth and put on these leis and these Hawaiian hats and just started singing and like, oh my God, people transform in front of the camera.
That's true. It gives them an opportunity to cut loose and be themselves and to let go of some stress and have fun. Yes, exactly.
Do you bring boombox or no?
No, I do not.
You don't
But
provide
we're pretty
music?
much almost always at an event where there is a DJ.
Sure.
So yeah, there's almost always music going on. It's just not provided by us.
Okay, so
Yeah.
no music, but everything else is all of the fun because it is very fun. And so if you want more information, Jana, what number would they call?
832-257-7612. Again, that's 832-257-7612.
I could have totally read that, but these glasses are not prescription glasses.
That's okay.
I had a pair of prescription glasses, but I'm not sure what happened to them a few years ago.
Yes.
And I just went straight from that to denial.
To read. Well, okay, I was going to say readers
Like, no.
at the
Well,
dollar store, right?
I have the prescription, but I know it's not useful anymore. Nonetheless, yes. I mean, I have like 20 of these. And the thing is, it's a weird thing. It's hard to keep the glasses on as much as you need
I
them.
understand. I don't wear mine either.
So I'm driving, I get a text or something, and I have to put on the glasses. Anyway, all right, when we get back, we're going to talk more to Jana with TapSnap about her ideal clients and some ideal scenarios with her marketing. So please stay with us. We'll be right back.
Looking for a bilingual insurance company in the Montgomery County area? Since 2006, the Amell Agency is a family-owned insurance agency, and it all started with Leonard Amell. Now working with 3 full-time agents offering home, auto, life, and umbrella insurance, the Amell Agency works with you to provide the insurance you need. Whether it be for your business or personal needs, they put that need first. The Amell Agency of the Woodlands is open Monday to Friday from 8 to 5. Call today at 832-299-6640 or email them anytime at info@amellagency.com to answer any of your questions. For more information on location and inquiries, look up Amell Agency online at amellagency.com. The Amell Agency, Montgomery County's bilingual insurance agency.
Don't forget to download the Lone Star Community Radio app for your Google Play or Apple Store. Bring Montgomery County's community radio with you anywhere with your smartphone or tablet. If you are in the Conroe area, tune in on FM. That is Conroe's FM 104.5, 106.1.
Hispanic Chamber Connections with Dr. Carlos Sanchez, President of the Woodlands-Conroe Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, featuring event announcements, member highlights, and more. Tuesdays at 1 p.m., broadcasting from the heart of Conroe, Texas on irlonestar.com and Conroe's FM 104.5, 106.1.
We're back. This is Dr. Carlos Sanchez with the Hispanic Chamber Connection radio show. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being with us. Thank you, Jana Witt, for being on the show.
Thanks for having me.
We're really happy that you're able to be here and with your unique form of entertainment / memory building.
Yes, exactly.
So people take those pictures and never get rid of them.
That's right. And that's one thing we also try to tell people is that it is a great way to preserve memories at special events and special functions. Yes, exactly.
So you were telling me earlier that there are people that have that come back to events that you're a part of and will say to you, now I can replace the picture you took of us last year.
Yes, we have had that because we do have repeat clients who use us for repeat events. And, the same people will come through and say, oh, we're so happy you're doing it again this year and we still have our photo from last year hanging up on the fridge, and that's one of the biggest compliments.
Wow.
Just yesterday, I got a call from an organization who this will be their third year using us in a row, and they booked us 10 months in advance.
Really?
So that is, the highest form of compliment to me.
Absolutely. So what are your ideal organizations? I mean, you mentioned earlier, social, corporate, et cetera.
Mm-hmm.
But who tend to be the best ones for you guys that you do the best job for?
Yeah, I mean,
you
I don't know.
always do a
Can we
good
say?
job.
Can we say our?
Just type.
Just
not-
type. Okay, so hospitals, credit unions, oil companies. Big business tends to be really good to us. Those who like to do events out in the community and find a unique way to get their messaging out there. We've also done a lot of nonprofit organizations that are doing fundraiser events, but they've got sponsors who will sponsor us.
Like you're doing something, you said, for the pavilion?
Yes, so it is their big annual fundraiser, and this will be our second year. We worked with them 2 years ago, and then we're working with them again this year. So they're a repeat client, which is, of course, awesome.
Right, and so basically, they have hundreds of people walking through.
Yes, yeah, it's going to be a big event, and they've got a theme, and we're going to, we'll have backgrounds to go along with that theme, and their logo, of course, will be on the photos. So it's fun entertainment for them, but then it's also getting their message out there, what this event is and what's going on, and to draw people in.
So for getting the message out there, Jana, what kind of things do you guys do for networking, and how do you get your marketing out into the public? What activities do you do?
So obviously networking is huge. That was something that I previously, not being a business owner, had no idea. I'd heard of networking, didn't know really what it was.
Right.
And so that was a whole new world to me. So obviously being a part of networking groups has been a huge way for me to get our name out there. It's probably been the biggest advertising for me. Also, we sometimes do events where we partner with a company and we'll, I guess, co-sponsor ourselves so that our name is on the photos as well, because that is, for us, the biggest form of advertisement really is for people to see us in person and see what we do, and that always leads to more events.
Sure. Well, then video for sure would be something cool for you guys.
Yes.
So we're going to have to set you up with your YouTube channel even more.
Yes, yeah, and video does help because it is one of those things. When I was first in networking, and I do some event industry specific networking groups. And so these are people used to familiar with photo booths. They know what they are, and they'd hear me give my 30-second commercial, and okay. And then they'd see me at an event, and they would say, oh, wow, this is so much different than I thought. This is not what I pictured. This is really way better. This is awesome. So, describing it the best I can only gets so far, and video definitely helps.
And I feel the same way. I know that when we first met, you would tell us, you need to see what I'm doing, this and I'm doing. And then it wasn't until we did the Christmas party last year that I think everybody really understood the magnitude and just how meaningful what you do could be.
Right, because you really can't describe it in 30 seconds or a minute or even 5 minutes, and you can only describe it, so much.
Yeah, well, and the value of it, I think also people don't understand all the other part you talked about with the mining, getting the data mining, just getting people's emails, their phone numbers, things like that.
Yes.
Which is that's what I'm thinking about, because there's so many of our members who are doing ribbon cuttings and special events that they had you there, they wouldn't have to worry so much about gathering everybody's cards.
Right. And that's been kind of an uphill battle for me, is the education process, because people just see the social aspect, which is great. Yeah, we love doing social events. But it is much more of a marketing tool. And so I try when I'm talking to businesses to get that across. And like I said, that has been our more successful avenue, but there's still so much out there that, is available, but people don't realize what we do. And so, I try to get the word out there.
Well, so you do presentations. I mean, I know you did one for the chamber. You're certainly welcome to do another one, because there's plenty of time, available.
Yeah, and that helps for sure. Yeah.
Well, it opens people's hearts, their minds, hopefully, a little more. So what else? Okay, so you have networking.
Yes.
And presentations.
Yes.
Co-sponsoring.
Right, doing a bit like the chamber Christmas party. So for my other networking groups, I usually once to twice a year will bring my booth to the luncheons that we do for new people to see it, or
Sure.
people who maybe aren't new but didn't pay attention to it
Yeah.
before, so they'll come and interact with it, because that is the biggest advertising for us, is for people to actually interact with it and see what all it does.
Right. Okay. Wow. All right. So I'm here with Jana Witt. Jana Witt is with TapSnap. TapSnap is a photo booth technology,
Yes.
an advanced form of taking great pictures with a great background, making you and your people look really happy and really memorable. And obviously, as a business owner or as someone who's listening to this broadcast, if you're looking for ways to gather information about large groups who are visiting you, say for a ribbon cutting or for an open house or something like that, and you engage TapSnap, this is a wonderful way of unobtrusively getting everybody's email, phone number, address, etc. Because
Correct.
people fill out a little form before they take their picture, and that's just all that information is something that you have at your disposal when you're done.
Yeah, actually, they don't even fill out a form. It's just on the kiosk. The vast majority of people they might want to print. It kind of depends, but the vast majority, 95+% of people are going to either also or email and or text themselves the photo.
Sure.
And so, because they want a digital copy. Print copy kind of depends on the event. Some events, yeah, everybody wants a print copy. Some, they don't care. They don't want to carry it around. But the vast majority of people are going to email and or text themselves. And so we're able to capture that data for you as well. Yes.
Another thing, how easy is it to engage with you guys? I mean, how fast can you turn over an inquiry and turn it into a confirmed date?
Really quite quick. I mean, I've done it in as little as 2 days. I mean, we like more advanced time just so that we can get all the details perfect, especially if they need custom graphics done. Then we'll need a little bit more time. Most clients usually contact us about a month to 2 months out. Like I said, I just booked one yesterday, 10 months away. But yeah, most are a couple months. But yeah, we can do it in a couple days if needed.
Okay.
Yes.
And as long as I guess the events that the people are hiring you for are attended,
Right.
like you guys did Taste of the Town.
Yes.
And how many pictures did you take on during that whole event, would you say?
Oh gosh, it's been a while. I haven't looked at that data, but we, on average, we can do a photo a minute. I mean, we can do more if we're really pushing people through and not giving them a lot of options. If we stick to one background and, smile, here's the, picture, take your picture. They come up, type in their email or print it or whatever they're going to do. I mean, you can do a couple in a minute, really. But on average, we probably do about 30 to 50 pictures an hour. So let's see,
Yeah, you
what's
can
the Taste
really-
of the Town, 4 hours? So we probably did at least a couple hundred.
So you can really crank out.
We can, yeah. Yeah, we definitely can. So again, it kind of depends on the event where it's, and for that one, I don't think we gave them we did give them a choice. So that can take a little longer if they're wanting to change their backgrounds or add in digital props. So it really does depend on the event and what the client's looking for. But we definitely have clients that stick to one background. They don't want any digital
Right.
props. It's just a photo opportunity.
So you can be really fast.
And so then we can be very fast, yes.
Because there's an event coming up on the 23rd at the Woodlands Country Club.
Oh, yes.
You know which one I'm talking about?
Yes, I know which one you're talking about.
He takes
I'm
pictures.
going.
So you're not going to use you're going to be
I'm going to be a guest.
Okay.
Yes.
Taking your
I haven't
husband.
been asked otherwise, but I'm planning on being a guest.
Okay. Because is this going to be your first time?
Yes, it will be my first
Okay.
time.
Because at the other one, I went to the one prior, and there's a photo booth there. Well, it's not a photo booth. It's just there's the background, and
Right.
and you just
Your
stop
own
and,
photo opportunity.
Right. Well, there's somebody with a camera that's taking pictures of you.
Okay.
And so anyway, it's I guess that's the way this whole thing started. Is there was already a pre-established background. People got their pictures and just keep walking.
Right. And those are nice.
But I think they're risky.
They are risky, and it kind of depends on what you're looking for. I mean, if you're really wanting to brand yourself, you definitely want to go with something like us,
Sure.
not just leaving it in the hands of the guests, because you never know where those photos are going to end up,
Right.
and where they're going to go, what's going to be, what the message is going to be on them.
Sure. Well, this is a lot more I mean, it's more sophisticated, certainly a lot more professional.
Yes.
This is what you guys do.
Right, exactly. And I just want to mention real quick, besides the traditional photo taking, we also do boomerang style video. So if you're
Boomerang style video.
familiar with boomerang on Instagram, where it takes 2 seconds of video and kind of puts it in a loop. And then we also do animated GIF, where it takes 4 still shots and puts it in a looping video as well.
Okay. All right. So there's other services involved.
Right.
Certainly, if you want to get a hold of Jana Witt, Jana, please give us your number again.
832-257-7612.
She'll be all over Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, et cetera, et cetera. So look out for her and look out for the Woodlands-Conroe Hispanic Chamber, the Texas Gulf Coast Hispanic Chamber, I should say. Also, the Hispanic Chamber Connection radio show. So thank you very much for being on the program today, Jana.
Thank you so much for having me. It's been a pleasure.
We learned a ton. This
hope
is
so.
exciting. Yeah, oh yeah. It's now a matter of seeing you, as you've said, and then taking our picture.
That's right.
So thanks again. This is Dr. Carlos Sanchez with the Hispanic Chamber Connection radio show. Thank you for listening. We will see you next week.
Thank you for checking out this production of Lone Star Community Radio. Lone Star Community Radio is Montgomery County's community radio station. Don't forget to check out this show and many others across the Lone Star Community Radio Network, either live on Conroe's FM 104.5, 106.1, the Lone Star Internet Radio app, or irlonestar.com's live audio stream, and on replay on podcast, Channel 12's Our City TV in Conroe, or Channel 21 KVQT in Houston, and of course their YouTube channel. This production is copyrighted and all rights are reserved by Lone Star Community Radio. Have a question regarding this program or other Lone Star Community Radio shows? Want to sponsor or start your own show? Call the station message line at 936-647-3776 or email the station at lscrstudios@gmail.com.